Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want to talk about exercise. I want to talk about working out, and I want to target this conversation towards aging men, towards older men. I'm 49 years old. I'm no spring chicken anymore, and I'm in the best physical shape of my entire life. I'm in better shape now than when I was 20. I have bigger muscles and more stamina, more strength than any 18-year-old I've ever met. And I've done this within just a few short years. It's not impossible to get in good shape. My goal was to be able to get in the best physical shape that I've ever been in my life by the time I was 50. And I have done that. I'm 49. That doesn't mean I stop. That doesn't mean you just hop off the train and say, oh, good ride. I did it. There you go. That's not what it's about. This is a lifestyle. This is a lifestyle. This becomes a part of you, like a religion. This is part of you. The reason why I like to work out and I like to exercise and to be in good shape is because I don't want to age unhealthily. I don't want to get into my old age past 50 and do like basically all the other men that I've seen, most of my friends, almost every single person in my family are all in a deterioration mode. You start to atrophy, you start to lose muscle, you start to lose that natural physique that maybe you were riding off of when you were in your 20s. That starts to go downhill. I'm watching it happen as we speak. I have friends of mine that are 2, 3, 4 years younger than me that look like they're 5, 6, 7, and 8 years older than me. And it's simply because of the lifestyle that I have chose to live, that I have chose to change my lifestyle. I was in horrible, horrible physical condition 4 years ago. Terrible. I was awful condition, getting sick all the time, health problems. I wasn't in good physical shape. I didn't have muscle definition. I was weak. I looked just like a soft beta male. And I chose that to change that. And I wanted to be strong. And I wanted to be able to build up a good constitution and a good core in order to go into my old age and to still feel youthful, to still feel healthy, to still be able to accomplish the things that I want to do, to not have to worry about back problems and joint problems in my knees and all these bitch-ass excuses that you hear men starting to give when they get my age. And I didn't want to be like any of them. I don't want to be like you. I want to be strong. And I'm stronger now than when I was 20. I work out with weights. There's also cardiovascular kind of component to it. So you can't just only do weights. I mean, if you're training to be a bodybuilder, even bodybuilders do cardio. So let's go through a little bit of what you can do as a beginner, because I'm making this video not for experts, not for bodybuilders, but for people that are sitting around just like I was 4 years ago, when I was just a lazy, weak, soft little beta piece of shit. So the first thing that I started doing for myself was waking up early every single morning, even on the days off, even on Sundays. I never sleep in ever, ever. Never, ever, ever. That's not something that I do. That's something that lazy people do. And I only have one life to live, and I want to be able to get the things done that I want to do. And part of that is to do things for myself. So I wake up early and I do my exercises before anybody else is awake, because I don't want the distraction. I want to just be able to get my thing done and have the place to myself. So if you have roommates, family, whatever, wake up early before they do and go out in your backyard, go into a spare room, go into your garage, find a space to work out. We're in a pandemic still, so if you're in a state where your gyms aren't open, I'm in Florida, the gyms are open, and it's kind of a different world down here. But you may not have access to your gym right now, but that doesn't matter. You can start in your home. The key with starting to exercise is a couple-fold, and getting in shape is a couple-fold. The first aspect is actual physical movement, the exercise that you do, the work that you put in. They always say, you hear these statements, no pain, no gain. On the other side of pain is greatness, these types of things. So you have to put your body through physical struggle in order to grow. And that's a lesson in life. In order to grow in life, you have to go through a physical struggle. And to get over that, and you take the next step forward. People who don't go through any kind of struggle, people who have lived these perfect, dreamy, wonderful lives, and they've never had to struggle or anything, these are the weakest Weakest people that you will ever meet in society. A strong person goes through struggle and conquers it. And being in the gym is no different. You put yourself through it. And that's the difference, is you're willing to put yourself through it because you know that that's how you grow. So the first step is exercise. The second step is diet. Those are the two aspects of getting in shape that you're going to now start focusing on as an aging male. You're going to stop eating all the shit, all the junk food. Stop it. I know you like it. I love it. I dream about it. I salivate thinking about it. And I tell myself, no, you're not going to have it anymore. The way that you treat yourself now is like a temple. Your body is a temple. And you're not going to put garbage in, because when you put garbage in, all you get is garbage out. You can give yourself cheat days. I give myself cheat days. And what a cheat day is when you eat healthy and when you're eating good. Sometimes it can feel not very fun, because eating can be very fun when you're pounding sugar, pounding empty carbs, eating lots of crap. So you give yourself a cheat day to make this a little bit easier, and you can look forward. Your cheat day is kind of a reward. Go look at people like The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. He does cheat days. This guy's in phenomenal shape, such shape where his veins are popping out. Of course, he may very well be on steroids, but you can't discount some of these guys, even if they take steroids. He's doing it. This guy will work out more than you can imagine. You go look at his videos. The Rock is a monster, and regardless of whatever enhancement he is taking, this guy is doing it, and he's a great model. But even he does cheat days, and on his cheat days, he'll have 6 pizzas, boxes of donuts. So give yourself a break and give yourself a cheat day. Of course, stay within realms of what's healthy. Go to your doctor and talk to your doctor about diet. If you've never had a conversation with your doctor about diet, hey doc, what's a good diet to eat? I'm exercising and I want to get in good shape. And what's a good general framework of how to eat? They will tell you. I'm going to tell you what I do. But let's get to the workout first part, and then I'll go through very quickly what my diet is. Since you're beginning, once you start to get into it, you'll change your workout. And changing your workout is essential because your muscles will develop a memory, and then they get bored. And you want to constantly keep them excited. So, but in the beginning, like me, I had no muscle. I don't know how to do video editing. I'm an idiot with these. I just make these videos on my cell phone. If I could do video editing, I could show you a picture right now of a weak little emasculated bitch version of me. And that was just a few years ago. And now I'm in 200 pounds. I'm in the best physical shape of my life. I get compliments at the gym all the time by young guys. I could fuck a little 25-year-old up, smack him around like he's a little bitch. And I'm 49. So that feels good for me to be able to be that way. But what you want to do is do like I did and start off slow. Nobody starts off squatting, stacks. You got to start off. I started off with just squatting the bar. I started off with squatting no weight. I would do squats with no weights, no bar, no dumbbells, nothing. Just do the body weight movement. And I would get so sore. Oh my God. My legs would be just shredded. I would get sore for days. But that was just because I had no muscle. I was that weak. I could make a muscle in my leg and you wouldn't even see it. You'd be like, okay, go ahead. And I'd be like, well, I'm doing it. That's as hard as I can flex. And it would just be this flabby, hot dog. It wouldn't even look like anything. Now, for the first time in my life, I actually have leg muscles. It feels very empowering. It feels great. I love to be able to be strong. It makes me feel good about myself. It gives me confidence. Having confidence as a man is everything when it comes to success, when you're talking about business, when you're talking about relationships, when you're talking about just simply navigating this world as a man, because there's a lot of times that we have to be the rock for others around us. We have to be that, that go-to for people. And if you can't have confidence in yourself, how can you do that? You're just going to be a weak little bitch, second-guessing yourself all the time. So mentally, this will do wonders for you. But let's get to it, how you start off. I'm rambling on enough. Start off real easy. Do body weight exercises. The first thing I like to do when I hop out of bed, because I'm 49 years old and I'm getting into that old man mode, and I can wake up feeling, sore and just stiff and just feeling like shit. So the first thing, number one, get out of bed the second you get out of bed. If you're dehydrated, go get some water. But the first thing you need to do is find a spot on some carpet somewhere. If you need to buy one of those mats, go buy a mat and do some stretching. There's all kinds of stretches you can do. Just start off basic. You want to stretch out and think about all your joints. So you want to stretch your legs. You want to stretch the backs of your legs, the fronts of your legs. You want to stretch, your back, your midsection, your chest. Just get a good stretch. Now, I will make a separate video on specific stretches, but I just wanted to implant some of this information in your head so you have a starting point of how to think about this. This starts with a philosophy because it's a lifestyle. And I'll bring the camera on the next time into my home gym and we can actually get down and dirty with some of this stuff and I can show you what to do. But start off with stretching, that's number one. The second thing that I believe is a good thing to do is to get some blood flow movement and to get your muscles to what we call muscle memory. Now, muscle memory can work against you once you start training really hard, but in the beginning, you have no muscle memory. And what I call muscle memory is the movement, the actual movements of exercise that build muscle. So it may feel very awkward to you to do a push-up. I'll make a whole video on how to properly do a push-up. There is a wrong way to do it and a right way to do it. And you want to be able to do these exercises the right way. They're not hard to do the right way, but you want to know the right way. And you want to be able to not only visualize it and to see it, but while you're doing it, to have a conscious thought of, okay, I'm going to be, doing a push-up. Instead of having my elbows out, I'm going to keep my elbows in. Little things like that will make all the difference in the world in, how you develop. I like to do push-ups. A push-up is a good core exercise. The different core exercises that I like to do in the morning are push-ups. If you don't have a pull-up bar, you can get a pull-up bar for $15 from the sporting goods store, and they'll just hang in the doorway. I'm 200 pounds. Sometimes I get over 200 pounds, and that thing can hold my weight no problem at all. My brother's 230 pounds, and he can hang on it no problem at all. So there's no excuse. If you're 300 pounds, maybe the pull-ups aren't going to be good for you because you probably won't even be able to do one anyways yet. You need to lose some of that weight. You can do squats, body weight squats. We all know what a squat is. It's good to do these in the morning because it gets blood flow. It gets blood flow into the muscles. Blood flow into your muscles is what grows the muscles. You want to take a conscious effort of your breathing also, because within your muscles you have both you have oxygen and blood cells, and you need to be able to keep that going and to keep yourself hydrated. So like I said, if the first thing you do when you wake up is feel thirsty, go pound a glass of water. It's been 6 hours, 8 hours, however long you sleep, that you haven't drinking anything. Pound some water and do some stretching, and then do some simple body weight core exercises, some push-ups, some squats, some lunges, those types of various things. If you have a chin-up bar, do some chin-ups. It's a great core exercise. It can work your abs, it can work your shoulders, it can work your back, these types of things. So you want to get on a regular regimen of this. Do these things every day and do them until you feel a little tired. You'll get tired quick, so don't judge yourself. If you can only do 10 push-ups today, that's fine. You can do 20 tomorrow. You can always push it more. Do 15 the next day. An extra 5 isn't going to be too hard. And push yourself. The reason why we push ourselves when we exercise is because the progress that you see through exercise is really only going to happen towards the end of a set or in the end of a rep. So if I'm doing push-ups and I'm doing 25 push-ups, by the time I get to around 15 or 20 reps, and I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, by the time I get to about 15 or 20, that's when I start to feel it. Up until then, you may not even feel anything. So those last few, the last couple, is really where it's at. That's where you grow. That's where champions live, is in those last few sets, those last few reps on a set. When you're ready to give up, and you're just like, I can't do it. Keep going, push yourself. Learn to push yourself. It's a great mental exercise, and this will benefit you in so many ways. This will become easier. Your morning routine of stretching and body core exercises without weights, push-ups and squats and those types of things, will become very easy. And you'll feel after a few weeks even of doing this regularly, you'll feel like, wow, I'm really getting somewhere. So that's when it's time to up your game a little bit. And we're going to move into some weights. Now, when you get into the gym, in the beginning, I'm just making this video for beginners. In the beginning, it's not a bad idea to think about doing a full body workout. Now, once you get some progress and you really start going with this, you're going to want to do a split. And the split is focusing on muscle groups that coincide with each other. So for example, I do back and biceps and the rear parts of my shoulders, the rear delts, all in one workout because it's a pull. All those exercises are pulling. You know, you pull down, you pull towards you, it's always pulling for those exercises. So I do a push-pull legs split where I do pushing exercises, pulling exercises, and then legs get their own day because you want to blast your legs. It's the biggest muscle in your body. Before that though, that's when you get a little bit advanced. Before that, it's not a bad idea to do full body workouts. And the reason is because you're training your body, you're gaining that muscle memory, and use light weights. Don't push yourself. Don't worry about what the guys in the gyms think. I went in there and I'd work out on 10 pounds and I'd feel like a pussy. And I'd see these guys that are all jacked up and they're working out on big weights and grunting. I'm not focused on them. I'm where I'm at. You're where you're at. Do not care. Do not care at all don't get into this embarrassment of, well, I'm out of shape and everybody's in good shape. I feel like I'm in phenomenal shape right now. Bodybuilders, come up to me and say, wow, you've really transformed yourself. I've been watching you for the last couple years and it's amazing what you've done with your body. So I love these type of comments, but I wasn't always there. I was the weakest, sorriest fool in the gym. And I would feel like, oh God, this kind of reminds me of, that I'm just a pussy beta. Don't think about that. When I go to the gym and I see men that are just big fat slobs with man titties and out of shape, I respect those men. I have nothing but respect for those men because those men are trying. That fat son of a bitch on the treadmill is trying hard and I respect the hell out of him. Good for you. So don't feel bad about it. Nobody's thinking bad about you. They're glad. Those hot chicks in the corner, they're not laughing at you. They're proud of you. So don't feel bad that you aren't where everybody else is at. You will get there, but it takes day by day by day. You got to look at this as a lifestyle. So let's get quickly into the diet before I run out of time here. I don't like to make videos too long. People get bored. I will go back over all of this stuff in detail, but I wanted to make an initial video just to get the ball rolling with some of this. So the diet is the most important thing. And I hate to tell you this, because a lot of people have the hardest time with the diet. They can get into the gym. It's not hard for a man to get his testosterone going and to do some push-ups and feel like, yeah, even an out-of-shape guy. The diet is where you get your physique from. The diet is where you become healthy from. It's 80% diet, 20% gym. If you work out like a madman, 7 days a week, 365, you're going hard, you're pumping iron, you're dripping with sweat, you're doing massive weights, you're really busting it. You're not going to go anywhere if you don't eat right. Go to your doctor, get a blood test. I'm going tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. I'm going to get a blood test. I go once a year and they tell me about my numbers. High cholesterol, blood sugar, all these various things I've gone through in my life because I used to have the worst diet. I used to be incredibly out of shape. I'm crossing my fingers that this year my numbers are going to go down. It's all diet. Protein and amino acids that are found in protein is how muscles grow. So my personal philosophy on diet, and I'll go through this really quickly and then end the video. I'll make a whole nother video specifically on diet. I'll bring the camera in the kitchen and we can talk all about it. I eat a low carb, high protein diet. Now I do have carbs, but I cut out the empty carbs as much as I possibly can. Empty carbs are just going to go straight to your gut. What are empty carbs? White rice, white bread, white potatoes, anything white. They're not terrible for you, but they're not that beneficial. And personally for me, and for most people, what they do is when they metabolize in your bloodstream after you've eaten a big bowl of white rice or a bunch of white potatoes or, mountains of white bread. This metabolizes in your bloodstream as a sugar, and you can send your sugar skyrocketing. That's what it was doing for me. Fried foods, cut them out. I know that's the hardest one to hear. Cut them out. I don't ever eat fried foods. I cut them out of my diet, and I won't have them at all, not even on my cheat days. I don't eat fried foods. I don't have that kind of experience of eating something that's been boiled in oil. I've cut out all sugar, every bit of it. I don't drink sodas ever. I won't have one sip of a soda, not for dinner, not ever. Sodas have an ounce of sugar in each can. It's ridiculous. Cut out all sugar. So this is just some basic stuff to get started for you. Do your exercises, do your push-ups, your body core exercises, and get on top of your diet. That's where you're going to start. This will change your life. It'll change your mind. It'll change who you are. Everybody around you will start to notice. Thanks for watching.